Spectacular for Mark Camp though, he barbecued his engine and that was the end of his day. But up ahead, Steve Thompson was having a great time of it. Steve, who runs in second place in the championship, really needed to have a good result here. Likewise, Tick Stewart in the 11 car, he lying in fourth place, desperately needed a finish, but Mark Hobbs doing his impression of an agricultural motorist. Well, Philip Mousley was another to retire at the end of lap 1. Looked like he'd well and truly got the kettle on. But Steve opened up a cracking lead. There was also some cracking performances going on back in the field, with Paul Hughes and Sean McLaughlin passing Mike Ives on the inside and out, and Sean nearly didn't make it. And local man Dave Cox was having a good run. Darlington based man in that number 66 machine, really trying to put the pressure on Simon Durrell up ahead of him, and using his local knowledge to useful effect. Up ahead, Steve Thompson was continuing to eke out the advantage over second place Tick Stewart when Peter Morton got it all a bit out of shape as they went through Tap Corner. Managing though to hold it all together while behind, John Mickle and Darren Hill swap places. And Mark Hobbs was again having a moment of his own. Darren Hill's moved to the inside of John Mickle as they crossed the line, picking up a place. That moved him up into fourth. Sean McLaughlin following through, or at least trying to, as Hills, hey, he had a real handful on. And then just a couple of laps later, the moment any racing driver fears fire down below. And that was a terrifying moment for Darren Hills. Blissfully unaware, it seemed at the time, of what the problem was. And then Steve Thompson, talk about problems, spun his lead away through the final corner. Hills, though, got himself out the car and was safe. And Tick Stewart picked up all the bits and took the checkered flag with a cracking performance. Thompson remarkably hanging on for second place. Sean McLaughlin came home in third and was delighted with that, but it was Tick Stewart in the ABR racing car that took the victory.
It's just reliability. I mean, there's a few people having problems here today. I just hope we can keep together in the third one. Seen on TV before, I can only manage two. The third one's going to be hard. I mean, last time at Pembury, cam change snaps, same results, 1 and 2. Let's hope we can keep it together.
Well, lots of people here to see whether he can keep it together. He's got a lowly grid position to start from. Philip Mousley has pole, Mark Hobbs on the outside alongside him. Then Mike Ives and local man David Cox. But there at the back, you see, the penultimate row of the grid, Tick Stewart in that number 11 car. Can he get through? And he's got Mark Hughes starting alongside him as the lights went green. A good start by everybody. Mousley, though, not the best of starts. And Mark Hobbs in that very pretty car goes round the outside. There is Peter Morton in 32, trying to pick up a handful of places. They clonk and clamber over the curbs on the inside. Steve Thompson furious that he threw himself away that leading position, and he's desperate to make amends in this third race. Also clambering all over the curbs is there Tick Stewart, and that cost him vital tenths of second. Steve Thompson to the inside of him, but here the race leader Mark Hobbs from Philip Mousley locking up all four wheels and trying to go through. That's not the way to do it, Philip, but I'm sure he'll have a crack next time round as well. This final race of 3 here at Croft, bound to bring us a few surprises, I'm sure of that. They always have conjured up lots of those before. Oh, and Paul Hughes in the blue car there, just getting slightly to the inside of John Mickle. I think he backed off there as they come across the line to complete this opening lap. The race order, Mark Hobbs, oh, and Hughes again. He's forgotten to use the old retardation equipment in the inside, but it's got him up to 4th place. Great move there, Hughesy. There is McLaughlin, winner of the opening race. Can he repeat it here in the third? Stewart, winner in the second race. There he is at the back of these 5. But there's Hughes, there's John Mickle, then Stevie Thompson, there is Tick Stewart. Oh, and John Mickle, well, he didn't get the power on there, did he? And that's cost him 1 place. Thompson round the outside. Stewart trying to make up places as well. Philip Mousley, though, through because Mark Hobbs threw it away just out of our sight. That's cost him Deere. And, oh, contact! Steve Thompson riding over the top of Mark Hobbs's car. Oh, that's dear for Mark Hobbs. Well, as they cross the line to complete their second lap, it's absolutely frantic and furious. There goes Paul Hughes up the inside of Peter Morton. Likewise following through Dick Stewart, so the order now Mousley, Hughes and Stewart. The marshals trying to move Mark Hobbs' car out of the way. We've got great marshalling here at Croft, as on every British circuit around the country. Do a fantastic job, and I'm sure they'll have that car to a position of safety, so we won't have to bring out the yellow flags. There is Hughesy, or I should say the black and yellows, which would give us a pace situation, and that we certainly don't want with all this unbelievable stuff from these legend boys. Out front there is Mousley, and he's going to lose that place, is he? Well, yellow flags mean that Hughesy must hold station when he's past the green there, so that will be okay. Hughesy goes through round tower. Have they moved Hobbs' car? Yeah, he's out, he's all right. Hughesy through then, second place. Mousley at the moment, but under pressure from Dick Stewart. Stewart goes through, but he runs wide. Mousley can fight back. Hold on there, Dickie boy. It's a real wild ride out on the left-hand side there. And Sean McLaughlin has a much tidier one as he comes off the corner. McLaughlin will come through up into 5th place. It's all about points, it's the championship year. But you sometimes wonder at the pace these races are run, whether these guys realise that championships can be won and lost in one single race. There's 200 points on offer for the winner, and that can make a real difference to this man here, Dick Stewart. He's had a terrible start to the season in the ADR car, but he's gradually clawing it back, like he is doing here on this racetrack. It's almost a rectangular configuration here up in the northeast. Oh, and Philip Mousley got a bit twitchy there. Likewise, John Mickle there in the red car. I think he just might feel that Sean McLaughlin is right behind him, breathing down his neck in the Arco machine. Morton likewise too, and hey, Phil Mousley hanging the back end out. Brilliant stuff. Well, time to catch your breath as they cross the line. The race order, Paul Hughes leads. Second place there, Dick Stewart in 11. Then Philip Mousley. Pressure from Sean McLaughlin pays off. He's up into 4th place. That demotes Peter Morton. Sorry, mate, that John Mickle. In fact, it's Mickle who's cost that place. Here we are, though. The two at the front absolutely locked in battle as they come through the chicane and onto the old, what was the old pits here at Croft. Up to Tower Corner. Stewart looks to the inside. He fakes to the right, then kicks back to the left-hand side. Not round the outside. Surely that's the long way round. Oh, unbelievable stuff from Dick Stewart. He's going to try and drive all the way around the outside of Paul Hughes. He's done it. Oh, classic stuff. You get it all here on the fast tracks, I promise you. Legends delivering up a menu of spectacular action, and none more so than Dick Stewart. Let's just have a look at this earlier incident. This is where Steve Thompson clambered all over the bonnet of Mark Hobbs' car. Delighted to tell you that both are okay, and in fact Thompson still continuing on, albeit lying down in 8th place at the moment as we're back up with the leaders. Well, there is Peter Morton. Has he got a problem? He's dropped himself back through the field, now lying in 6th place. There he is, trying to keep hold of those men ahead of him, John Mickle and Philip Mousley. There's the race leader. Stewart is through, and look at the lead he's built up in just over a couple of laps. Just supreme driving this from Dick Stewart. Can he hang on? The car has been problematic. It's the dash for the line, and Stewart looks as though he'll take this victory with Paul Hughes second and the ever consistent Sean McLaughlin coming home in 3rd place. And that is a tremendous performance from Dick Stewart. Confirmation now of his victory in the overall standings. Sean McLaughlin takes 2nd with Paul Hughes 3rd. But what about that from Dick Stewart? And was he worried they were going to stop the race?
I thought they were going to put a red out straight away. I just went from the off, and it was brilliant, mate. It was to overtake someone round the outside. I mean, it was good. The